To her astonishment, the alien responded in perfect English, its voice melodious and soothing. "Greetings, traveler from the stars. We have long awaited your arrival." Elena blinked in surprise. You can understand me. How is this possible?" The alien's skin rippled with what Elena interpreted as amusement. "We are the Luminari. Our ability to comprehend and communicate transcends traditional language barriers. We have been observing your kind for some time, waiting for the right moment to make contact." As the initial shock wore off, Elena's scientific curiosity took over. She began asking questions about the Luminari society, their technology, and the nature of their planet. The alien, who introduced itself as Zar, answered patiently, seeming equally intrigued by Elena's queries and explanations about human civilization. Hours passed like minutes as they exchanged information. Elena learned that the Luminari were an ancient species deeply connected to the energy that flowed through their world. They had mastered technologies that seemed like magic to her, manipulating energy fields, instantaneous communication across vast distances, and even the ability to influence the fabric of space-time itself. As their conversation deepened, Elena felt a growing connection with Zar. Despite their physical differences, there was something profoundly familiar in the Luminari's thirst for knowledge and understanding of the universe. "Your species is young," Zar observed, "but your potential is immense. We have watched your struggles and triumphs, your wars and your moments of unity. You stand at a crossroads, Elena Reyes of Earth." Elena nodded, understanding the weight of Zar's words. "We've come far, but we have so much further to go. There's still conflict among our people, disagreements about our place in the galaxy." Zar's skin pulsed with a warm glow. "That is the nature of growth, but in you, we see the best of what humanity can be, curious, compassionate, and courageous. That is why we chose this moment to reveal ourselves." As the planet's sun began to set, bathing the crystalline landscape in a spectacular array of colors, Elena realized she faced a monumental decision. The fate of two civilizations could hinge on what happened next. "Zar," she said, her voice filled with determination, "I believe this encounter could change everything for both our peoples. Would you be willing to come with me, to meet with our leaders, to help us take the next step into the galactic community?" The Luminari seemed to consider this for a moment, its glow fluctuating with thought. "Such a journey would be unprecedented for my kind. But perhaps that is precisely why it must be done. Yes, Elena Reyes, I will accompany you to Earth." As they prepared to board the Stargazer, Elena felt a mix of emotions, excitement, anxiety, and above all, hope. She knew that bringing Zar to Earth would shock her fellow humans, challenge their preconceptions, and possibly even frighten some. But she also knew that this was humanity's chance to prove itself, to show that they were ready to join a larger galactic community. With Zar settled into the co-pilot's seat, Elena began the launch sequence. As the Stargazer rose from the surface of the Luminari homeworld, she opened a channel to Earth. "Houston, this is Stargazer," she said, her voice steady and clear. "Prepare for incoming. We are not alone." As the ship accelerated towards Earth, Elena glanced at her alien companion. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that this moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The stars had never seemed closer, nor the future brighter. Cultural exchange. The arrival of Zar on Earth sent shockwaves through human society. News of the aliens' presence spread like wildfire, dominating headlines and sparking intense debates across the globe. Captain Elena Reyes found herself at the center of a diplomatic whirlwind, acting as a bridge between humanity and their first confirmed extraterrestrial visitor. In the weeks that followed, a hastily assembled team of scientists, linguists, and diplomats worked tirelessly to facilitate communication and understanding between the two species. Elena, with her first-hand experience, played a crucial role in these interactions. "The Luminari's ability to comprehend our languages is extraordinary," Dr. Amelia Chen, the lead xenolinguist, explained during a briefing. "But it's more than just translation. They seem to grasp concepts and context in ways that defy our current understanding of language acquisition. As fascinating as the linguistic aspects were, it was the cultural and technological exchanges that truly captured the world's imagination. Za, ever patient and curious, shared insights into luminary history, philosophy, and science. In return, human experts from various fields presented the best of Earth's knowledge and achievements. One afternoon, in a state-of-the-art laboratory, Za demonstrated the luminary's mastery of energy manipulation. With a graceful wave of its hand, it created a miniature star that hovered above the palm, bathing the room in a warm, pulsating light. "This is but a fraction of the energy that flows through our world," Za explained, its melodious voice filled with a hint of pride. "We have learned to harness it for all our needs: power, healing, even space travel." The assembled scientists watched in awe, their minds racing with the possibilities. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a renowned physicist, stepped forward, her eyes shining with excitement. This could revolutionize our understanding of quantum mechanics, of energy itself. Za, would you be willing to work with us to explore these principles further? Za's skin rippled with what Elena had come to recognize as agreement. Of course, the pursuit of knowledge is a noble endeavor, one that unites our species. As the days passed, similar scenes played out across various fields of study. Luminary insights into biology led to breakthroughs in medicine. Their understanding of ecosystems sparked new approaches to environmental conservation, and their philosophies on cosmic harmony challenged human thinkers to reconsider age-old questions. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. As news of the advancements spread, so did fear and suspicion among some segments of the population. Protests erupted in several cities, with demonstrators demanding that the alien influence be contained or expelled entirely. Elena found herself addressing a UN Security Council meeting, trying to assuage these concerns. "I understand the fear," she said, her voice firm but empathetic. "We're facing something entirely new, something that challenges everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. But I've spent time with Za. I've seen the luminary world. They're not here to conquer or to change us. They're here to help us grow, to join a larger community among the stars." Her words seemed to have an impact, but tensions remained high. World leaders debated the implications of this new relationship, weighing the potential benefits against the risks of cultural upheaval. Amidst this global turmoil, Elena noticed that Za seemed increasingly withdrawn. One evening, as they walked through a quiet garden on the grounds of the research facility, she broached the subject. "Is everything all right, Za? You seem troubled." The luminary's glow dimmed slightly. "I am concerned, Elena. The division among your people worries me. We had hoped that our presence would unite humanity, not drive you apart." Elena sighed, feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. "Change is never easy, especially on this scale. But I believe in humanity's capacity for growth. We've overcome our differences before, and we'll do it again." Za was silent for a moment, its luminescence pulsing thoughtfully. "Perhaps," it said finally, "what is needed is not just an exchange of knowledge, but of experience. Elena, would you be willing to bring a delegation of humans to my world?" The proposal took Elena by surprise, but she quickly saw the potential. A cultural exchange mission. That could be exactly what we need. Seeing your world firsthand, experiencing your way of life, it could help build the understanding and trust we need. Over the next few days, Elena worked tirelessly to make this vision a reality. She assembled a diverse team of scientists, artists, philosophers, and diplomats, individuals she believed could best represent the breadth of human experience and potential. As the chosen team prepared for their unprecedented journey, excitement built around the world. This mission represented more than just scientific exploration. It was humanity's first step into a larger galactic community. On the day of departure, as Elena stood before the assembled crew and a crowd of reporters, she felt the weight of history on her shoulders. Today, We embark on a journey that our ancestors could only dream of, she announced, her voice steady and clear. We go not just as representatives of Earth, but as ambassadors for all of humanity. Our mission is to learn, to understand, and to forge bonds of friendship that transcend the vast distances between worlds. As they boarded the ship that would take them to the luminary homeworld, Elena caught Zar's eye. The alien's skin shimmered with what she now recognized as hope and anticipation. "Are you ready?" she asked. Zar's response was simple but profound. "We are ready to show you wonders beyond imagination, and in turn, to learn the full measure of humanity's potential." The ship's engines roared to life, and as they lifted off, Elena felt a surge of optimism. Whatever challenges lay ahead, this journey represented a new chapter in human history, one of unity, discovery, and limitless possibility. As Earth receded behind them and the stars stretched out before them, Elena knew that nothing would ever be the same again. The universe had opened its arms to humanity, and they were ready to embrace it. Looming threat. The journey to the luminary homeworld was a voyage of wonder and discovery for the human delegation. As their ship glided through the cosmos, guided by Zar's advanced navigation techniques, the team marveled at sights beyond their wildest imaginations. Nebulae that sang with ethereal harmonies, planets with rings of crystalline beauty, and stars that danced in cosmic ballets. Upon reaching the luminary world, named Lumina by its inhabitants, the humans were awestruck. The planet was a masterpiece of natural and technological harmony, floating cities of light interconnected by bridges of pure energy, vast forests of bioluminescent flora, and oceans that sparkled with an inner radiance. Dr. Sophia Patel, the team's lead xenobiologist, could barely contain her excitement. "This is incredible. The level of symbiosis between technology and nature here, it's beyond anything we've achieved on Earth." As the days passed, the human delegation immersed themselves in luminary culture. They attended councils where decisions were made through a form of collective consciousness, witnessed healing rituals that manipulated the very fabric of life energy, and participated in artistic performances that blended light, sound, and emotion in ways that defied human comprehension. Elena watched with pride as her team embraced these new experiences, their wonder and curiosity a testament to humanity's adaptability and thirst for knowledge. Even the most skeptical members of the delegation found themselves transformed by what they encountered. However, as they delved deeper into luminary society, Elena began to sense an undercurrent of tension. She noticed hushed conversations among the luminary elders, worried glances exchanged when they thought no one was looking. One evening, as she and Zar stood on a balcony overlooking a shimmering valley, Elena decided to confront her friend. "Zar, something's wrong, isn't it? There's more to our being here than just cultural exchange." Zar's luminescence dimmed slightly, a sign Elena had come to recognize as sorrow or concern. "Your perception is keen, Elena. We had hoped to shield you from this burden for a while longer, but perhaps it is time you knew the full truth." The luminary led Elena to a grand chamber deep within the heart of the city. There, a holographic display flickered to life, showing a vast star map of the galaxy. Certain areas were highlighted in an ominous red. For millennia, we luminary have watched over this sector of the galaxy, guiding young species towards enlightenment when they were ready, Zar explained. But recently, we have detected a grave threat, a species we call the Void Hunters. The hologram zoomed in on one of the red areas, revealing images of sleek, dark ships that seem to absorb light rather than reflect it. The Void Hunters are a nomadic race, driven by an insatiable hunger for energy. They consume the life force of entire worlds, leaving nothing but husks in their wake. Elena felt a chill run down her spine. "And they're heading this way?" Zar nodded sullenly. "Yes. Our long-range sensors indicate they will reach this sector within a year. We have been preparing defenses, but..." "But what?" Elena pressed. "The Void Hunters have technology that rivals our own, and their numbers are vast. We fear that even with our advanced capabilities, we may not be able to stop them alone." The implication hung heavy in the air. Elena's mind raced, processing the enormity of the situation. That's why you contacted us. You need allies. Zar's skin pulsed with a mix of hope and apprehension. Yes, we have observed humanity's remarkable ability to innovate, to find solutions where none seem possible. Your species possesses a drive and resilience that we believe could turn the tide in this conflict. Elena took a deep breath, the weight of responsibility settling on her shoulders. This is a lot to take in, Zar. We came here seeking knowledge and friendship. Now you're asking us to join an interstellar war. We understand the magnitude of what we ask, Zar replied, its voice tinged with regret. But know this, if the Void Hunters are not stopped, they will not discriminate. Earth, Lumina, and countless other worlds will fall. For a moment, Elena stood in silence, her gaze fixed on the holographic display of the approaching threat. Then, with determination in her eyes, she turned to Zar. We need to inform my team, and then contact Earth immediately. If there's going to be a fight for the future of the galaxy, humanity will stand with you. The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. The human delegation, once they were briefed on the situation, threw themselves into preparations with renewed vigor. Dr. Tanaka and her team worked tirelessly with luminary scientists, seeking ways to combine human ingenuity with luminary technology to create new defenses. Military strategists from Earth engaged in intense discussions with luminary tacticians, analyzing the Void Hunters' patterns and devising counter-strategies. Meanwhile, Elena found herself in the challenging position of explaining the situation to Earth's leaders. The revelation of the impending threat was met with a mix of fear, disbelief, and determination. We're talking about the potential end of not just our world, but countless others, Elena emphasized during a tense video conference with the UN Security Council. This is bigger than any conflict we've faced before. It's not just about protecting Earth, it's about standing up for life itself across the galaxy. As debates raged and preparations intensified, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at how quickly humanity had been thrust onto the galactic stage. What had begun as a mission of exploration and cultural exchange had become a fight for survival that would test the limits of human resilience and ingenuity. One evening, as she watched teams of humans and Luminari working side by side, Elena felt a touch on her shoulder. It was Zar, its skin glowing with a warmth that conveyed gratitude and companionship. Your people continue to amaze us, Elena, the Luminari said softly. In the face of such dire news, they have shown not despair, but determination. It gives us hope. Elena nodded, a small smile on her face despite the gravity of the situation. That's humanity for you. We're at our best when the odds are against us. And now, with allies like the Luminari at our side, I truly believe we have a chance. As they stood there, watching the combined efforts of two species united against a common threat, Elena felt a surge of determination. The road ahead would be challenging, filled with dangers they could scarcely imagine. But in this moment of unity and shared purpose, she dared to hope that together, they might just be able to save not just their own worlds, but the very future of the galaxy itself. Human ingenuity. As the threat of the Void Hunters loomed ever closer, the alliance between humans and Luminary intensified. Earth mobilized its resources on an unprecedented scale, with nations setting aside their differences to focus on the common goal of galactic defense. The International Space Station was rapidly expanded into a bustling hub of interstellar activity, serving as humanity's primary staging ground for the upcoming conflict. On Lumina, the human delegation worked tirelessly alongside their Luminary counterparts. Dr. Yuki Tanaka and her team of physicists made a breakthrough that sent ripples of excitement through both species. "We've done it," Dr. Tanaka exclaimed, her eyes bright with enthusiasm as she addressed a joint council of human and Luminary leaders. By combining Luminary energy manipulation techniques with our understanding of quantum entanglement, we've developed a prototype for a shield that could potentially neutralize the Void Hunters' energy-draining weapons. Elena, who had been coordinating efforts between Earth and Lumina, leaned forward intently. "That's incredible, Dr. Tanaka. But can we scale it up in time?" Za, its skin pulsing with a mix of hope and concern, added, "The Void Hunters' fleet is vast. We would need to protect not just our ships, but entire planets." Dr. Tanaka nodded, her expression serious. "It's a challenge, certainly. But I believe that with the combined manufacturing capabilities of Earth and Lumina, we can make it happen. We'll need to work around the clock, but it's our best shot at survival." As the meeting adjourned, Elena found herself walking alongside Commander Jae-sun Park, Earth's top military strategist assigned to the Alliance. "What do you think, Commander?" she asked. "Do we really have a chance against these Void Hunters?" Commander Park's face was grim but determined. "It won't be easy, Captain Reyes. But in my experience, the key to victory often lies in unconventional thinking. And if there's one thing humans excel at, it's thinking outside the box." His words proved prophetic in the weeks that followed. As the shield technology was refined and production ramped up, other innovations began to emerge from the human-luminary collaboration. Marine biologist Dr. Maria Gonzalez, inspired by the bioluminescent life forms on Lumina, developed a stealth technology that could render ships nearly invisible to the Void Hunters' sensors. "It mimics the adaptive camouflage of deep-sea creatures," she explained during a demonstration. "Combined with luminary light-bending techniques, it makes our ships blend perfectly with the background radiation of space." Meanwhile, on Earth, a team led by robotics expert Dr. Kwame Osai created swarms of miniature, AI-driven repair drones. They can patch hull breaches, reroute power systems, and even act as a coordinated defense network, Dr. Osai reported. "They're small enough to be virtually undetectable to the enemy, but together, they pack a significant punch." As impressive as these technological advancements were, Elena knew that they alone wouldn't be enough. The key to victory would lie in strategy and the indomitable human spirit. She organized joint training exercises where human pilots learned to work in seamless coordination with luminary energy manipulators. The result was a fighting force unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The adaptability and unpredictability of humans combined with the ancient wisdom and power of the luminary. One evening, as Elena watched a simulation of their combined fleet in action, she felt Zar's presence beside her. "Your people continue to astonish us," the luminary said, its voice filled with admiration. "In mere months, you've achieved advancements that would have taken other species years, if not decades." Elena smiled, a mix of pride and determination in her eyes. "It's what we do best. When our backs are against the wall, humans have a knack for pulling off the impossible." As the deadline approached, a palpable tension filled both Earth and Lumina. The combined fleet, a dazzling array of human and luminary ships, stood ready. Cities on both planets were equipped with planetary shields, their surfaces shimmering with a faint protective glow. In a final briefing before the fleet's departure, Elena addressed the assembled crews, a diverse group of humans and luminary, united in purpose. "We stand on the brink of the greatest challenge our species have ever faced," she began, her voice strong and clear. "The Void Hunters threaten not just our worlds, but countless others across the galaxy. They believe us to be easy prey, ripe for consumption, but they don't know what we're capable of when we stand together." She paused, looking out at the sea of faces before her, determined, scared, but above all, resolute. "We bring to this fight not just our weapons and shields, but our greatest strengths, human ingenuity and luminary wisdom. We bring our courage, our compassion, and our unwavering will to survive. And most importantly, we bring hope. Hope for ourselves, for our allies, and for all the worlds that cannot defend themselves." As Elena concluded her speech, a thunderous cheer erupted from the crowd. Humans and luminary alike raised their voices in unity, their combined determination a force that seemed to make the very air vibrate with energy. As the cheers subsided, Commander Park stepped forward, his face etched with the gravity of the moment. All personnel, report to your stations. We launch in 1 hour. As the assembly dispersed, Elena felt a hand on her shoulder. It was Dr. Tanaka, her eyes shining with a mix of fear and excitement. "Captain," she said softly, "do you really think we can win this?" Elena took a deep breath, considering her words carefully. "I think," she said finally, "that we've done everything in our power to prepare. Now it's up to us to prove that the spirit of our alliance is stronger than any force that seeks to destroy us." As they made their way to the command ship, Elena cast one last look at the beautiful blue marble of Earth hanging serenely in the void of space. Whatever the outcome of the coming battle, she knew that this moment marked a turning point not just for humanity, but for the entire galaxy. With a sense of determination unlike anything she'd ever felt before, Elena stepped onto the bridge of her ship. "All systems check," she commanded, her voice steady. "Prepare for departure." As the fleet began to move, forming up for the jump to light speed, Elena exchanged a glance with Tsar. In that moment, a wordless understanding passed between them. Whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. "All ships report ready," came the announcement over the comm. Elena took a deep breath. "Then let's go make history. Jump." In a brilliant flash of light, the combined fleet of humanity and the Luminari leaped into the unknown, ready to meet their destiny among the stars. Battle for survival. The combined fleet of human and Luminari ships dropped out of light speed at the edge of a vast nebula. Before them loomed the Void Hunter's Armada, a terrifying array of sleek, dark vessels that seemed to devour the very light around them. "All ships, battle stations," Elena's voice rang out across the comm. "Remember your training. We fight not just for ourselves, but for every world these monsters threaten." The battle erupted with a fury that lit up the cosmos. Void Hunter ships launched waves of energy-draining beams, only to be met by the shimmering barriers of Dr. Tanaka's shields. Human fighters darted between larger vessels, their unpredictable maneuvers confounding the enemy targeting systems. Luminari energy manipulators worked in concert with human gunners, amplifying the power of their weapons to unprecedented levels. Dr. Gonzalez's stealth technology proved invaluable, allowing strike teams to penetrate deep into enemy formations undetected. Yet, for all their preparation, the Alliance found itself pushed to the limit. The Void Hunters were relentless, their numbers seemingly endless. For every ship they destroyed, 2 more seemed to take its place. "We can't keep this up forever," Commander Park's grim voice came over the comm. "We need to find a way to end this decisively." As if in answer to his words, a massive Void Hunter vessel emerged from the heart of their fleet. Its size dwarfed even the largest Alliance ships, its surface riddled with weapon ports that pulsed with ominous energy. "That must be their command ship," Zara observed, its luminescence flickering with concern. "If we could destroy it, we might be able to throw their entire force into disarray." Elena's mind raced, analyzing the situation. The command ship was heavily guarded, its defenses impenetrable to a frontal assault. Then an idea struck her, a desperate, possibly suicidal plan, but one that just might work. "Dr. Osei," she called out, "your repair drones, could they be reprogrammed for offensive operations?" There was a moment of silence as the scientist considered the question. "Theoretically, yes," he replied, "but they need to be in extremely close proximity to have any significant effect." "And Dr. Tanaka," Elena continued, her plan taking shape, "if we reverse the polarity on your shield technology, could we create a localized energy surge?" Dr. Tanaka's eyes widened as she grasped Elena's intent. "It would be incredibly unstable, but yes, it could work. Captain, what are you thinking?" Elena took a deep breath. "We're going to turn their own weapon against them. Here's the plan." What followed was a daring maneuver that would be talked about for generations to come. Elena's ship, escorted by a squadron of Earth's best pilots and Luminari energy wielders, made a suicidal dash towards the Void Hunter command vessel. They weaved through a storm of enemy fire, shields barely holding. As they approached, Dr. Osi's reprogrammed repair drones swarmed out, latching onto the command ship's hull. They burrowed deep, interfacing with its systems. Meanwhile, luminary energy manipulators created a bubble of reversed shield polarity around the massive vessel. "Now," Elena shouted. In that instant, the drones activated, sending a surge of power through the Void Hunter ship's systems. Caught in the reversed shield bubble, the energy had nowhere to go but inward. The massive vessel shuddered, its weapons turning against itself in a spectacular implosion. The destruction of their command ship sent shockwaves through the Void Hunter fleet. Confusion reigned as their coordinated attack fell apart. The Alliance pressed their advantage, methodically dismantling the remaining enemy forces. As the last Void Hunter ship fell silent, a cheer went up across the Alliance fleet. They had done it. Against all odds, humanity and the Luminary had faced the greatest threat the galaxy had ever known, and emerged victorious. A new era. In the days that followed the battle, as the Alliance fleet made its triumphant return journey, Elena found herself reflecting on the monumental nature of what they had achieved. It wasn't just a military victory, it was a testament to the power of cooperation, innovation, and the indomitable spirit of two species united in a common cause. The homecoming celebrations on both Earth and Lumina were unlike anything either world had ever seen. Humans and Luminari alike took to the streets, their jubilation a beautiful blend of terrestrial and alien expressions of joy. In a historic address to both planets, broadcast across the stars, Elena stood alongside Tsar, symbolizing the unity that had saved them all. Today, we celebrate not just our survival, but the dawn of a new era, Elena began, her voice carrying the weight of their shared experience. We faced an enemy that threatened to consume all life, and in doing so, we discovered the true strength that lies in our diversity. Tsar continued, its luminescence pulsing with warmth. The Void Hunters sought to divide and conquer. Instead, they united us, showing us that the differences between our species are not barriers, but bridges to greater understanding and achievement. The aftermath of the Void Hunter conflict brought about rapid changes. The alliance between Earth and Lumina, forged in the crucible of war, blossomed into a deep and lasting partnership. Cultural exchanges flourished, with humans and Luminari eager to learn from one another. Scientific collaboration reached new heights. The technologies developed during the conflict were repurposed for peaceful applications, ushering in an age of unprecedented progress. Dr. Tanaka's shield technology found use in environmental protection, while Dr. Gonzalez's stealth systems revolutionized space exploration. But perhaps the most profound change was in the collective mindset of both species. Having glimpsed the vastness of the galaxy and the threats it could hold, humans and Luminari alike looked to the stars not with fear, but with a sense of shared purpose and responsibility. 5 years after the battle, Elena found herself once again on Lumina, this time for the inauguration of the Galactic Council, a new governing body dedicated to fostering cooperation and mutual defense among spacefaring civilizations. As she watched representatives from a dozen newly contacted species file into the Grand Chamber, Elena felt a tap on her shoulder. It was Tsar, its skin shimmering with excitement. "Did you ever imagine, when we first met, that it would lead to this?" the Luminari asked, gesturing at the assembled delegates. Elena smiled, shaking her head. "Never in my wildest dreams, but I'm glad it did. We've come so far, Tsar, but I can't help feeling this is just the beginning." Tsar's luminescence pulsed in agreement. "Indeed, the galaxy is vast, full of wonders and challenges we have yet to discover. But whatever awaits us out there, we'll face it together." As they took their seats for the opening ceremony, Elena looked out at the faces, human, Luminari, and a dozen other species she was still learning to recognize. Each was different, unique in their own way, yet united in their shared hope for the future. In that moment, Elena realized that this unity, this shared purpose, was the true victory they had won. They had not just saved their worlds, they had forged a path forward for all sentient life in the galaxy. As the ceremony began, heralding the start of a new chapter in galactic history, Elena felt a profound sense of peace and purpose. Whatever challenges the future might hold, she knew that together they were ready to face them. The stars no longer seemed distant and cold, but full of promise and possibility. Humanity had taken its place among the cosmos, not as conquerors, but as partners in a grand, cosmic dance of cooperation and discovery. And as the Galactic Council convened for the first time, Elena knew that the greatest adventures for humanity, for the Luminary, and for all the species of the galaxy were still to come.